My stepsister stole my fiancé, and honestly, the worst part wasn't even losing him. It was watching her act like she had finally won against me, because growing up, she copied literally everything I did, and somehow always needed to prove she was better. So when my fiancé suddenly started acting distant, I thought he was just stressed from work, until one night I came home early and found the two of them together while my stepsister looked me dead in the face and smiled, saying, "Don't act surprised. He was always going to choose the better sister eventually." And bro, I genuinely thought my life was over, because within 2 months, they were already posting engagement photos, while I became the embarrassing ex everyone pitied, until things somehow got even worse after my stepsister invited me to their luxury engagement party, just to humiliate me in front of everybody. And halfway through the night, she literally raised her champagne glass and joked that some women are meant to be wives, while others are just practice. While the entire room awkwardly laughed, and honestly, I was trying so hard not to cry that I barely noticed someone watching the whole thing from across the ballroom, until later that night when I was alone in the hallway, and my ex-fiancé's billionaire CEO suddenly walked over and casually said, "If I were him, I would have never let you go." And honestly, I got irritated immediately, because I thought he was just another rich guy trying to mess with me after a breakup, until he looked back toward the ballroom and quietly said, "Don't you want them to regret what they did to you?" And bro, I hate admitting this, but he was right, because the next thing I knew, we had this ridiculous agreement where we would pretend to date at company events, just long enough to make my ex and stepsister panic. And honestly, at first, I could barely stand him, because he was cocky, impossible to read, and clearly enjoyed watching my ex slowly lose his mind every time he saw us together. But things started changing after weeks of fake dinners, fake dates, and company galas, because underneath all the teasing, he was weirdly protective of me. And one night, I finally asked him why he even cared enough to help me in the first place, and his answer honestly caught me completely off guard, because apparently at my stepsister's engagement party, he had watched me quietly stop a waiter from spilling red wine all over her dress, while she was too busy humiliating me to even notice. And he told me, "Most people would have let it happen after being treated like that. But you didn't." And bro, after that I started realizing maybe he wasn't just playing a game anymore, because somewhere along the way, our fake relationship stopped feeling fake. Meanwhile, my ex's life started completely falling apart, because apparently he had secretly been drowning in debt for years, and only got engaged to my stepsister, hoping her family money could save him, while my stepsister's perfect image also collapsed after people started exposing all the lies she told about me over the years, including fake stories about me being jealous, obsessed, and mentally unstable, just to make herself look innocent. And the final karma happened during this massive company gala, where my ex suddenly cornered me, admitting leaving me was the biggest mistake of his life. But before I could answer, the CEO walked over, wrapped his arm around my waist, and calmly said, "You had your chance." And honestly, nothing felt more satisfying than watching the panic on both of their faces after realizing the girl they tried so hard to humiliate had ended up happier than either of them.